Ahoy, shipmates! Extra special broadcast this evening. It's the maiden voyage of Arvia. As we can see her right in front of us. That's the ocean terminal here in the wonderful port of Southampton. Due to depart at 6 o'clock, I have a feeling that's not going to happen. Captain's not going to be very pleased about that, is he? First departure, maiden voyage. Looks like it's going to be a late one. Reason being that we have 3 departures this evening. Queen Victoria at 5:30, the Arvia at 6, and then the MSC Virtuosa at 8 o'clock. As it happens, the Queen Victoria is up here at the other end of the port. She's just leaving, and she's rather late. Maybe someone had... passengers are a bit late or something, or not entirely sure why. Also, she has a tug assisting as well, which is rather unusual because, have a quick look at the weather, I don't think it's that windy. No, we're at 8.6 knots, so not really that windy. I wouldn't, once the speed gets up somewhere in the 20 knots, they seem to require tugs, but, so I don't know what's going on there, maybe a technical problem. I don't have the radio on at the moment, so I can't hear what's going on. So 11.4 degrees C, it's warmed up. Not as cold as it has been. We'll see Queen Victoria will pass by here first. And then I suspect Arvia will be on her way out after that. Let's have a quick look this way. It's not too windy on Netley Cam. And over in Cowes, it's looking a bit murky, isn't it? What's the visibility like? Visibility is 15 nautical miles. That's not too bad. We've got plenty of shipmates in the chat this evening. Ahoy there, Julie Walker. And ahoy there, Tizzy C. And ahoy there, Gordon Wilson. And ahoy there, Newsgirl 100. I think Newsgirl was telling me earlier that she's off in May, I think, on Arvia. And there was another shipmate, I forget who it was, D. They're on Arvia next year and the year after and the year after that. Seems rather excessive, but the way to do it. I'm not sure that I know of any shipmates that are actually on today. Someone did say, but I've forgotten who it was. Yeah. Let's have a quick look across. Nope, not the weather. Let's have the map. Yeah, so Queen Victoria's just passing by the MSC Virtuosa. And they'll be coming up to Mayflower Park. I've noticed that there's going to be some fireworks next week for the departure of Arcadia and Aurora, I think. I should know, shouldn't I really? A couple of ships are departing with fireworks. I'm going to have to try and go down to Mayflower Park and see if I can film that for you. I might try and live stream it as well. If it's raining, that's going to be an issue, but if it's not raining, I shall give it a go. Let's have a look and see who's in the... Oh, they're Terence Sharp. I think they were discussing earlier where Arvia is off to. This is a cruise down to, I think, Tenerife this evening. Then down there for a few days, well, 14 or 15 days, I think it is. And then after that, Arvia will relocate to the Caribbean. And I think what we were discussing is we're not quite sure how long Arvia will be in the Caribbean for. Yes. Yeah, off on a cruise to Barbados. Bridgetown, Barbados, which will be the ship's winter home port. And I'm not quite see any information particularly that said when relocating back to the UK. Very similar in design to Iona. I mean, really, almost identical, but designed for the warmer climes rather than the colder weather. has a... Well, let's have a look, shall we? Ship is parked here. I think one of the big differentiating features in the centre of the ship is the retracting dome here on the top. Nope, I'm struggling with a bit of internet connection here, rather annoyingly. Oh, oh, there we go. There we go. So that's that dome feature there, that retracting, and looks like a couple of infinity swimming pools there as well, doesn't it? All the mod cons. Let's have a quick check of the map. See where good old Queen Victoria's got to. Just going right past the MSC Virtuosa. Which will be on camera in a few minutes. Come on, cameras, come on. I'm struggling with this one today. Come on, camera. It's a stubborn beast, this cruise cam. Come on. Let's see if we can get you working again. If not, I shall have to improvise. Nope, it's not working, is it? Oh, there we go. It is now. Whew. Oh, that's a relief. Oh, technical gremlins. Ahoy there, Andrew Monuments, one of our excellent spanners. He's in the chat. Ahoy there, Rab Nesbit. See plenty of people in the chat, all awaiting the departure of Arvia. I will try not to pronounce it like the bus company or an insurance company. Tempting as it is. I'm not a big fan of the name Arvia. I like Iona. I think that's a great name. But Arvia, not my favourite. I'm going to have to be creative now because I'm discovering this is not working very well. Can't get enough. I think I've got enough internet bandwidth here to actually be able to get the signal from cruise cam. Oh, ahoy there, Kay. Good safe. Just joined as a leading hand. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Let's try this. There we go. I would imagine we'll probably see Victoria shortly, and then Arcadia. There we go. She's there, and Arvia will be sterning back out into the swing ground here, and off on her way. Let's get a quick spin round, shall we? It's very dark out there this evening, isn't it? No, I'll keep it. So I think I'll go back to the ship. That's too dark. Boy there, Amanda121 asks, how full is she? I don't know. I haven't, unfortunately, my radio, I've got another technical problems with my radio. I haven't got that working at the moment, so I can't actually tell you how full she is. But I would suspect on probably pretty full. That would be my guess, my technical guess. sometimes we have other shipmates that have radios in the port, and they might fill us in with some information. Oh, there, mid-gear. It says, wonder why the bridge is bright red on the inside. Ah, that's to assist in navigation. If it was bright white inside, it's very difficult to adjust your eyes to the darkness. So the red allows your eyes to adjust to darkness, but you can see the instruments inside the ship. With that, Andrew Williams says, watch out for UFOs. I shall keep an eye out for UFOs, shipmate. Certainly will. Oh, there, Mark the Shark. We are slightly delayed. Queen Victoria should have departed at 5:30, and Arvia on her maiden voyage at 6, MSC Virtuosa at 8. But it looks like it's not happening at the moment. We've got Queen Victoria on her way down. And should probably be visible relatively shortly on Netlycam, I suspect. Let's have a quick check on Netlycam. Boy, there, Lynn Nice says, how many people does Arvia take on board? Quite a few. More specific answer than that. It was somewhere in the region of nearly 6,000 passengers, depending on the configuration, and 1,700 and something crew. So you're looking almost at 8,000 souls on board. We're just getting to see Queen Victoria on Netlycam. There she is. Once Queen Victoria has passed, I would imagine we'll see Arvia depart on her maiden voyage. Boy there, Jason Owens asks, where is Arvia going? Off to the Caribbean. The European equivalent of the Caribbean, Tenerife. For a little cruise down there, I think. It's looking, it's quite dark out there, a little bit breezy. Hopefully we might quick zoom around on cruise cam. We'll probably get Queen Victoria coming in, and then imagine Arvia will be departing straight afterwards. There we go. Yes, if you are enjoying the content and you do enjoy the channel, do think about subscribing and hitting the notification bell. Next time I go live or there's a new film up, you'll be notified. I say there's a good chance I will be live streaming next week in beginning of January. I think it's the 3rd and the 6th of January. There will be some firework displays going on for the departure of, I think it's Arcadia and Aurora. I'm not sure which. I have that wrong. I'll try my best to try and live stream that from probably Mayflower Park, I suspect. Or I might go to Town Quay. Choices. We're just getting Queen Victoria popping up on cruise cam now. There we go, there's Queen Victoria. Quite distinctive with the blue hull, even in these dark, dingy conditions we have today on the very short day. It's still noticeably Queen Victoria. Once Queen Victoria has gone past, I'd imagine the Arvia will be departing. It does look quite calm out there. There's good, decent reflection on the water. Heading down towards the dockhead, I'm off to... Actually, you know what, I don't know where she's off to. Maybe one of the spanners will hopefully fill us in on that information. Yes, I explained about King's End. She'll have 15-night Canary Island celebrations. And to Santa the Cruz La Palma, Santa Cruz de Tenerife, Funchal, Cadiz, and Lisbon. Hopefully some much better, warmer weather down there. Get an interesting view. I like this when you see the ships go behind. I was going to say Iona Arvia, very similar in size. You get a really good idea of the different scale of the ships. With their Heather Herschel. So she likes Victoria, prefers the smaller ships. Yeah, a lot of people like the smaller ships. Boy, there, Gordon Wilson asks, will it always be a Friday in and out? Well, I don't think so, because Arvia will be off to the Caribbean shortly and will not be returning. She winters in the Caribbean, which sounds like a jolly good idea to me. Maybe I should take up the same. Maybe I should winter in the Caribbean as well. Quite a distinctive stern there on the Queen Victoria. Memory serves me correctly, they added on a number of cabins on the stern, which is why it's ended up being quite flat. Boy there, Fiona Holly says 799 days till I board Arvia. That's quite a lot of days. Fortunately, I don't have the radio one, but I'll have a look. Let's have a quick look on. I'll have a quick look on Arvia. We can see if there's any movement, or perhaps if the lines are coming up. Gives us a good idea what's going on. Can't see any particular activity with the lines, has to be said. Probably just waiting for Queen Victoria to make a little space down Southampton water. There's definitely some shipmates on the little well deck there. Ahoy there, Kathy Pace. Ahoy there, Sue Hawks. Rather helpfully given us the weather forecast in the Canaries. 25 sea and sunny. Well, that's exactly what you'd want, isn't it? Almost ideal. Have a little bit of a break up on our signal here. I didn't think the weather was that bad today, but wonder if there'll be a turkey on the buffet on Arcadia, on Arvia. This is the important question. Boy there, Walter Cleland says only 475 days to the board Arvia. Boy there, Reading lads. Not seen any particular movement there. Wonder if we'll have any waivers on the balconies today. Can't see many people on the balconies. A lot of lights on, that's good. There we go. Lots of lights on in those cabins. No activity at the moment. Queen Victoria has just departed rather late, and I'm pretty sure that's what's holding up Arvia. Silly name. Captain's not going to be pleased about the Maiden Voyage being delayed. And then 8 o'clock, MSC Virtuosa. MSC Virtuosa is at the other end of the port. Facing the wrong way. So I'll be quite late. I shall probably nip off to the galley in between Arvia and MSC Virtuosa's departure. This is Queen Victoria slowly making her way down Southampton Water. It looks very dark out there today, doesn't it? Can't see any activity on Arvia just yet. Oh, there, Rog Taylor says 29 days to go. Well, that's pretty impressive. And over there, Stephen Walshy says that Iona goes on Thursdays and arrives on Friday from March. Ah. That'll be different. Iona has been calling it on Saturday, so that'll be a bit different if she's doing a Thursday-Friday thing. The bridge has gone dark, so it sort of suggests to me that they are getting ready. There were red lights on earlier. That seems to help. It helps at night time vision. Yeah, the bridge is all dark. Oh, there's a couple of people down there on the bow. Discussing last week with Paul from Love Cruises, and I think bow cabins potentially are quite drafty. I think the stern cabins would be our favoured choice. Like we could just see Queen Victoria behind. There we go. There's Queen Victoria behind Arvia. Well, it's a pity I don't have the radio, because we may have had an update on the movements of the ships on these. There we go. A slight problem with a server on that one for some reason. It's been battling me all week. I don't see any activity with the lines coming in just yet. Well, I had a bit of a software crash then. Let's restart it. Hopefully it's still transmitting. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, I'm struggling here with, I think, connectivity issues. It's not quite enough bandwidth to support the camera. Yeah. Arvia will be named over in the Caribbean, so we won't see the naming ceremony here in the port of Southampton. Bit of a shame. Although I have actually been invited to a naming ceremony next year. I'm not quite sure which one. But his shipmate has reached out to me and has asked if I'd like to attend, so that could be exciting, couldn't it? Oh, the Reading lad says that interesting that Arvia has an escape room on board. Yes, I heard that. Also has a rum distillery as well, which I think is an important feature. Let's have a quick look at the world deck, see if we can see any line activity going on. Ah, yes. The lines are coming up. She will be departing very shortly. In fact, I think she's moving very slowly forwards. There'll be a slight movement forwards, and then she'll drift away slightly from the dock, and then hit reverse and off on Maiden Voyage of P&O's new largest ship, Arvia. guess there'll be a whole sail away party on board. Be quite an exciting experience with it being on the maiden voyage. I wonder if Arvia will do the same thing that Iona does. Iona seems to go back a very long way in coming out of the ocean terminal here. Some of the other ships don't seem to go back as far. Be following very closely, I would think, Queen Victoria all the way down to the not the Caribbean, the Tenerife, Canary Islands. Hopefully it'll be a smooth trip, plain sailing. I'd imagine they've spent a lot of time working out all the little niggles. Now she's reversing back into the swing ground, which will spin round and head off down south of the water. There looks like to me be a few shipmates out on their balconies. We may have a chance of seeing a waver. Good technique is to turn the torch on, flashlight for your American shipmates, on your phone and then give that a wave. That's really quite visible in these reduced light conditions. Rather looking forward to the clocks going forward and for the conditions to be a bit lighter. These dark, gloomy winter nights aren't very good for the cameras. Yeah, definitely a few shipmates on those balconies. Come on, shipmates, give us a wave. Oh, with their cruise monkeys, there you are. In the chat, they've got a massive red foam hand. I think I'm talking about they wave that around. It's very easy to see when they're on board. Shipmate says they saw someone waving the torch at the bottom. Oh, okay, I didn't see that. No, we do get one or two people waving. Oh, there, cruise monkeys. When are you off on Arvia then, cruise monkeys? Have you booked up a sailing, or are you leaving it for a while? The water's very flat, but it looks like got a nice reflection, maybe of the water there. So, what's that? See a tug. We have some tug assistance. Check the map. Yes, there is. Svitzer Eastern is tugging at the stern. There we go. That's the bright lights of the tug. You can just see them in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Well, Cruise Monkeys, they're off on January 28th. Oh, you didn't hang around, did you? Oh, there, Vanessa Wells says, did you hear a horn? Oh, I haven't got any microphones running at the moment, so if you're in port, you may have heard something, but not from me, I'm afraid, this time. Oh, there, Moira Myla says there's a lot of horns. There we go. That's some horny information there for you. Yeah, Tom and Dom Travel says lots of horns. Excellent. Like a bit of hornage. Pity we can't hear it, though. That's, again, that's something else I need to address. I can't see too many people on their balconies now. Probably heading off down to that buffet, I suspect. The other feature, I believe, is slightly different. In between the lifeboats there on the side, on the port side. I think that atrium area has a slightly different design. Just sneaking out from the ocean terminal. Lovely Union flag design on the bow. Yeah, I'm disappointed we've not had any waivers. Arvia will reverse backwards, spin around, and then head on down. Oh, there. Tom and Dom Travel says they're right at the front of the ship on the top deck. Ah, excellent, shipmates. I'll have a quick look for you then, shall we? If you're, how visible you will be. Sure. Not sure I can see you. Oh, there we go. I can see you right up there. It's a bit dark. It's probably this awful dark weather. There we go. There's some waving shipmates. I think that's Tom and Dom. Dom and Tom. Oh, someone and someone. They're off on a brand new Arvia. There we go. We knew we'd get some waivers somewhere on the channel. I don't think we have a cruise yet that we've not had waivers on. Brilliant. Thanks for that, chaps. Good job, shipmates. Is there a tug on the top? Is there a tug on the bow as well? No, no tug on the bow, just on the stern. So we just have Svitzer Eastern on the stern there, helping Arvia out. Cruise Monkeys that say they've got a spare hand. Oh, yeah. Oh, they're Tom at Dom at Travel. I think that was them waving at the very top deck of Arvia. Difficult to see in the dim light, I'm afraid, shipmates, but we did see you waving away. Good job there. This is where we'll see Arvia reverse further and further. You see the name there on the bow, so hopefully I can not get it wrong this time. Cruise monkeys have stained their hands with red wine. I'm not really sure why they've got red wine on their big yellow hands. Perhaps I don't really want to know. Too much fun on a cruise, I would imagine. Get the lovely reflection of all the balconies here, reflecting the lights from the various buildings in the Port of Southampton. It's probably more or less finished. A turn. Ready. Oh, do I see another torch there? No. No, just reflections. You can really see that atrium feature there in the sort of midships. They leave that slightly different to Iona's design. Other than that, I believe the ships are very similar length, and Arvia is slightly larger, a little bit heavier. I think she's got a few more cabins. Has a rum distillery rather than a gin distillery on board, so that's quite good. An escape room, as well, Shipmates mentioned earlier. And a whole ship full of restaurants. Cruise Monkey suggesting that if anyone is on board, they should go and see Calvin the Illusionist. Apparently he's pretty fab. Shipmate the Condor Trimaran says he likes the reflections as well. You can see the water. Yeah, it's really good. You can get a whole lot of reflections. It's very impressive. Sometimes in the morning, when the ships arrive, you actually get the sunrise reflected off the sides of the ships, and that really is impressive. Cruise Monkey looking forward to trying out the swim up bar. Oh yeah. I think that would probably be one of my ports of call as well, the swim up bar. There we go. You can see Arvia spinning around slowly, gracefully, carefully. Boy, they're tricky. Says they'll be on board at the 6th of January. There's a lot of shipmates booked up for travel on Arvia. Well, shipmate Condor Trimaran says he's just got an advert for Sainsbury's. Oh dear. I've noticed quite a lot of the adverts on the channel seem to be for cruise-related adverts. That's quite good, but I don't really see what Sainsbury's has got to do with cruise ships. Never mind. And we've got Netley cam. We can see that's almost looking directly at the head onto the bow. It's not that windy out there. We were looking at 10 knots, but a little bit gusty. Wobbling the camera around. Oh, there, Martin Coles says he's booked to go on Sky Princess in July. Well, you'll certainly hear those horns, the loudest horns in port, I think, the Princess lines. That looks to me like a drone, I would say. I think that's a drone in the sky there. Better watch out for oyster catchers in that part of the port. Little devils take your drones out. Also, in reality, I'm not entirely sure how you'd be flying in that point. It's not easy to fly in this part of the port. I suppose you might be doing it from Hythe, but even so, it's a long way from Hythe. Somebody's getting some nighttime shots, I guess. I would like to drone, Arvia, but the weather's just not been very agreeable. Boy, there, Jodie and family Smith say that parents and grandparents are on board. Hope they have a mating time. Elizabeth G says, looks like a UFO. It does indeed look like a UFO. I think we'll classify that as a drone, though. I'm pretty sure it's a drone. I think it might be a plane, but I'm fairly confident that's a drone. There we go. More or less completed her swing now, and it looks to me, yeah, still a bit of swinging going on, and she'll probably go on a bit more. Yeah, pretty much finished with the swing. Hi there, Dave Woods. Fortunately, this is as far right as I can go with this camera. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening next year. We've got, I know there are another couple of new ships coming into port. Hopefully, we'll get to see those. I'm not sure if I'll get around to droning, Arvia. It's going to be really tricky. Weather's not really suitable for it. I have droned at night time, but in reality, that doesn't really take particularly good video or pictures. So I try not to do nighttime droning. It's just a bit too dark. Mornings, evenings will be the best. It's just a little bit of light. Boy there, Ronnie Moore says they are on Arvia on the 30th. Just got off Iona. Interested in the differences? I think they'll be very similar, Shipmate. There we go, and off she goes forwards, heading down to the dock head on her maiden voyage to Tenerife. Oh, there, Matt King, or Extra Spanners, says they need to get the microphone sorted out for the Disney Dream coming in next summer. Oh, yes. Yes, it certainly do. That'll be quite a tuneful event. The Disney cruise ships, I don't know if you remember, they play tunes on their horns. I can see that drone just flying above the radar. I noticed reading the terms and conditions of travelling on a cruise ship that you're prohibited from flying a drone from your balcony on your ship. Bit of a shame. I quite fancy doing that. Actually, normally I'd fancy landing on the helicopter pads. One of the ambitions of the channel. Land my drone on a helicopter pad. Hi there, Malcolm Golfin says they are on Arvia on her return from the Caribbean at the end of March. There we go. There were some questions earlier about when Arvia returns to the port of Southampton, and there we go. It's going to be sometime in March. Or there, Tina Burton says she wants to see the new Cunard ship. Yeah. Now he's getting some low shots now, that drone pilot. Now he's getting lower. Getting too close to that water, shipmate. It won't end well. You'd have a superb view if you were on one of the red funnel ferries coming into port. Look at that. An excellent view of Arvia departing. Ah, that water is very calm today, isn't it? Yeah, I'm still seeing that drone buzzing around the bow. What's this coming up here? It looks like one of the tugs. We can see the name on the stern. One of the shipmates pointed out the other week that all the P&O ships have the letter A as their last letter of the name, which I hadn't noticed before. Well, we can see lots of people in there. Is that the buffet? Arvia, Southampton. It does look fine, doesn't it? Yeah, the red funnel's having to wait. Having to wait for Arvia to depart. There's the tug. Just going to go and park up for the evening, I suspect. Job is done. Well, hope you enjoyed that one, shipmates. Always great to see a new ship in port. If you do enjoy this content, please do think about subscribing. It will help the channel massively. Hit that notification bell, and then every time I go live, you'll be notified. Like I said, there's a couple of fireworks displays going on next in January. I think it's the 3rd and 6th, so I'm not sure there'll be much going on in between. What's with the various different things going on? Oh, I should be live streaming Christmas Day, of course, the usual Red Funnel live stream. That'll be Christmas Day. I can still see that drone, actually. I can see that drone on Netley Cam. I just noticed. Look, you can see it's flashing. I'm not sure who's flying that drone, but I think they're a long way away. What an impressively large ship. Chris Monkey's information, 4,700 passengers on board. It was sold out on the website. Well, it's probably almost full then, isn't it? I think it's about 5,000 odd capacity, so... Yeah, passing Dockhead now. Should be picking up speed on the red funnel. There you go. You can see the red funnel coming in. I don't suppose you'd be too annoyed if you were delayed watching Arvia depart, would you? That'd be, I'd say, a great place to watch. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, shipmates, and I shall keep following as Arvia departs the Port Southampton. Till next time.